All right, so welcome to the Asian Creative Festival. Round of applause, please, for literally the entire ACF team. Everyone's been so incredible. And also, thank you all for attending today. My name is Rich Tu. And I will be hosting and moderating the session today titled Your Whole Self, Letting Identity Take the Lead, presented by the First Generation Burden podcast, which I'm also the host of. So just a little bit about me. So I go by the name Rich Tu, and also I'm the son of Filipino immigrants. Shout out to my kababayan. I'm also the ECD and partner of a small boutique agency located in Soho called Sunday Afternoon. Feel free to look us up. Some amazing artists and creative there. Also, I host the First Generation Burden podcast, which focuses on the intersection of immigrants in the creative community. A lot of relevant material there to this audience as well. And also, I'm the co-founder of the Colorful Awards with the One Club, one of the amazing sponsors here, which shines a light and awards grants to emerging BIPOC artists and creatives. So we're currently in our third year, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. So the thing that brings us here today is culture, right? And that is something that's very important to me as an artist, whenever I'm doing a mural, when I'm designing something. Also, even as a former designer at Nike, I spent a lot of time thinking about culture and what that meant through the storytelling of footwear. Also, building culture with the institution that's MTV. I used to be a former vice president of brand design at MTV. Or even when we're doing something like turning the entire Barclays subway station into an immersive exhibit during the pandemic featuring amazing artists of color from the community. So these are some examples of that. Featuring a lot of amazing artists like Kervin Brousseau, Amika Cooper, aka Black Power Barbie. Here's some of that work. Eugenia Mello, Bronson Farr. One of our speakers today is Zapang Zhu. Shout out to Zapang. These are big immersive pieces, again, with a focus on culture and really thanking the community for being a great partner. Here's some examples of some press headlines. Or even when I'm doing something like working with Mini Cooper and showcasing my Filipino identity through a custom car top. And this is a mural in Brooklyn by Bushwick, showcasing the colors of the Filipino flag. And this is a very recent project that I got to work on with A24, helping to promote and distribute the soundtrack to Everything Everywhere All at Once, a film which I'm sure we're all very familiar with now. And this is some of that work. So as you can see, culture really seeps into a lot of my being and also a lot of the work that I do commercially and personally. And also for everyone here that will be speaking today. And it definitely comes into play for the podcast First Generation Burden, again, which focuses on the intersection of immigrants and the creative community. Shout out to the Canal Street Market for being the host of that as well, where we record our episodes. And also, Zapang's also in that key art for the podcast. And you can find that anywhere you get your podcast content. And something here as well, I know we have a lot of creatives in this room who qualify for this award. This is the third iteration of Colorful, again with the One Club. The deadline to this has been extended to May 31st for anyone that qualifies. If you're a part of BIPOC communities and also you're under the age of 30, it's a precursor to the Young Guns Award. You can apply at colorful.youngguns.org, and this will show up again at the end of the presentation as well. So with that, I do want to talk about a couple of things that are very close to my heart and also a part of the thought process that it took to put together this amazing panelist of speakers today, as well as a lot of the content you're about to see. So that said, representation in our field is more important than ever. And by the field, I mean the larger creative field that we're all a part of, this larger creative community. And also the visual cues, I know that we have a lot of design thinkers in this room, the visual cues that signal ethnicity, national origin, gender, age, sexuality, and other individual characteristics that are amazing that in turn make up the multitudes are more important than ever. And that's something I truly believe in because I think identity should and could be at the forefront of everything that we do as creatives. Visual design. So here's a little bit of a story. I've told this story before, but I haven't told it in a couple of years, especially in a setting like this. So who knows who this is? Rufio. So it's Rufio. And why am I showing you this? Well, the reason I'm showing you this is because I'm a person of a certain age. And when I was growing up, I never saw people that looked like me on screen. I never saw a person that I could look up to as a hero, like in a contemporary setting, in media, and also in culture. But that changed in 1989 with the film Hook that featured Dante Bosco, a young Filipino actor, playing this character Rufio, who was essentially the Apollo Creed to Robin Williams's Peter Pan. So that changed my perception of what was possible. And it showed me that it was actually very possible to break an existing mold that we all lived in. And with that, I came to this conclusion that the exclusive nature of our business, and by business I mean creative business, does not touch our humanity unless we see our own self reflected. Now that's a big passion point for me, essentially showing other individuals what's possible from within their own communities. So I'm going to end on this. Through our work as creators of culture, we transform culture. And therefore, by witnessing culture, it also transforms us.